Hello, everyone, and welcome to Clutch Them Pearls. Tonight, we're starting with something that probably a lot of people have looked over, but it screams louder than the press conference, in my opinion, that the RCMP police quietly changed the wording of the $150,000 reward for Lilly and Jack Sullivan 3 different times. First, they call it a reward for information about criminals responsible. Then they changed it again, new language, slightly different, but criminal was still in there. The third time, the word criminal vanished completely. Why would the RCMP remove that word? Why are they doing this? We're going to break it all down to you next.
Big rain, come along with me. Together with the truth you'll see. Got our pearls and our laughter too. The search for facts is always new. In this place we keep it real. Classy vibes and joyful zeal. Join the journey, it's just begun. We shine brighter than the sun. Hit the light and share the vibe. Crush those pearls, let's take the ride. Hell is here and spread the cheer. Members make the truth so clear. Spreading truth is what we do. So hit subscribe and join the crew. With every search we pave the way. Together we will save the day. With every laugh we lift our hearts. In the search we all take part. Thank you all for standing strong. Together we belong. Hit the light and share the vibe. Clutch those pearls, let's take the ride. Come in here and spread the cheer. Members make the truth so clear. With every laugh we lift our hearts. In the search we all take part. Thank you all for standing strong. Together we belong. Hit the light and share the vibe. Crush those pearls, let's take the ride. Come in here and spread the cheer. Members make the truth so clear.
The pearls were bound together through the storm and darkest weather. We search high, we search low, together everywhere we go. Justin's here and he's going live with the best fans by my side. We're a family, we hold strong. Together we can right the wrong. We clutch them pearls, we shine like stars. Searching wide, spreading love afar. Every stream, every heartfelt plea. We are one in this community. Daily grind, but we're not stopping. Pearls around the world just popping. With each view and every share, we send hope and show we care. We clutch them pearls, we shine like stars. Searching wide, spreading love.
Thank you,
afar.
Cookie P.
Every stream, every heartfelt plea. We are one in this community.
Aw, that's so nice. Thank you, Casey. Thank you, Summer's Army. Thank you, Lisa. Wow, thank you guys.
Daily grind, but we're not not stopping. Pearls around the world just popping. With each view and every share, we send hope and show we care. We clutch them pearls, we shine like stars, searching wide, spreading love afar. Every stream, every heartfelt plea, we are one in this community. In the night or in the day, girls will light and lead the way. Just as hard and they'll support. Together we will hold the fort.
Oh my God, Pamela, thank you so much. Wow, thank you, my love. So nice. You guys are good to me. Thank you.
Lily grind, but we're not stopping. Pearls around the world just popping. With each view and every share, we send hope and show we care.
Click play and come along with me. Together with the truth you see. Got our pearls and our laughter too. The search for facts is always new. In this place we keep it real. Classy vibes and joyful zeal. Join the journey, it's just begun. We shine brighter than the sun. Hit the like and share the vibe. Clutch those pearls, let's take the ride. Comment here and spread the cheer. Members make the truth so clear. Defending truth is what we do. So hit subscribe and join the crew. With every search we pave the way. Together we will save the day. Defending truth is what we do. So hit subscribe and join the crew. With every search we pave the way. Together we will save the day. With every laugh we lift our hearts. In the search we all take part. Thank you all for standing strong. Together we belong. Hit the like and share the vibe. Clutch those pearls, let's take the ride. Comment here and spread the cheer. Members make the truth so clear. Hit the like and share the vibe. Clutch those pearls, let's take the ride. Comment here and spread the cheer. Members make the truth so clear. Come along with me. Together with the truth you see. Got our pearls and our laughter too. The search for facts is always new. In this place we keep it real. Classy vibes and joyful zeal. Join the journey, it's just begun. We shine brighter than the sun. Hit the light and share the vibe. Clutch those pearls, let's take the ride. Come in here and spread the cheer. Members make the truth so clear. And the truth is
Thank
what
you,
we do.
Lily. Thank you,
So
love.
hit subscribe and join the crew. With every search we pave the way. Together we will save the day. With every laugh we lift our hearts. In the search we all take part. Thank you all for standing strong. Together we belong. Hit the like and share the vibe. Clutch those pearls, let's take the ride. Come in here and spread the cheer. Members make the truth so clear.
Well, hello, 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 my beautiful pearls. Thank you all so much for joining me. Really do appreciate your time. You could have chosen to be anywhere on YouTube. You have a lot of options anywhere on the internet, anywhere in the world, and you chose to be right here. I know your time is very valuable, and I do appreciate you spending some time with me. Today is June 22nd, 2025. It is currently 10:10 p.m. on the East Coast of the United States. Bonjour. Thank you all so much for joining me. Whoops, we'll do it again. Forgot to turn that off. Thank you all so much for joining me. Thank you, Lisa. Really do appreciate you all being here. Do me a favor, y'all, before we get started, please hit that thumbs up button. We would like to get to 1,000 thumbs up, and if we do, we have a chicken party. You don't want to miss the chicken party. We need a good old-fashioned chicken party, don't we? We need a good fashioned chicken party. I think we do. Um, and consider sharing this out as well on your favorite social media. That is another way to help. Guarantee you there's someone on your social media that has not heard of Lilly and Jack Sullivan, who have been missing from Nova Scotia for over 6 weeks now. Also, become a member. We would love for you to join the Pearl family, where you get exclusive content, exclusive live memberships. I'm making a thing right now where you can uh, you'll be able to download certain documents, any of them that you choose, from very high profile cases and all of that. So yeah, join up if you can, or you can gift a membership. That always helps as well. Either way, we're just so glad you are here. That's the main thing. Hey, Bogey, good to see you, darling. All right, so guys, I think the RCMP had a little slip up. We're going to get to that. They changed the reward letter, if you will, 3 times within an hour and a half, 3 times within 90 minutes. And I'm going to show you the receipts here shortly. But first, I need to thank Lisa B coming in clutch at 6 months. Happy to be here with the Pearls. Much love to y'all. Thank you so much, Miss Lisa B. Always good to see you, my friend. Thank you so much for your support, Miss Lisa. Good to see you, honey. And Pamela, how you doing, darling? Thank you so much. Gifting 5 Pearl memberships. Really do appreciate you, my dear. If you received one of those pearl necklaces, make sure you give our dear friend, Miss Pamela, a big, big thank you. Make sure you take exclusive content under the members only. You can view that now. So thanks to Miss Pamela. Really do appreciate you, my dear. Good to see you. And hello, Miss JP. How you doing? That means so much to me, KP. Justin, you are such a kind and humble person. I've been watching you from the bushes for years, but I want to tell you that you're an amazing. Thank you so much, KP. I really do appreciate that, my dear. That is so incredibly kind. I appreciate your support. I'm glad you came from out from under the bushes. It's good to see you, honey, and thank you so much for those kind words and your support, my dear. Summers Army, thank you, my love. Good to see you. Hope you're feeling good. Miss Summers Army, hope you're feeling okay, honey. Y'all keep Summers Army in your prayers. She's been really struggling with her health lately, so just keep her in your prayers. Good to see you. Yes, thank you, Miss Louise. All right, so I do apologize for me being late, and I am no exception to the rule. Justin to the office, please. You're being paged. Justin to the office, please. You're being paged. Go ahead, Mod. Give me my late slip because I was late. And I don't like to be late, but I want to make sure I give you guys the content that you guys are here for. So I had to scramble to get some things fixed so I could show you guys. I had it already. I had part of it already ready, and then I noticed something about this letter being done, and I wanted to add to that as well so you guys could see it. So I had to make a new cover photo and all of that stuff and put all the stuff back in the computer and all that stuff. So I do apologize for that. Um, so yeah. Uh, thank you, Kimbo. Good to see you, love. How you doing? Good to see you, Miss Kimbo. Love and respect to you, Justin. How you doing? Thank you so much, Kimbo. Good to see you, my friend. Hope you are well. Haven't seen you in a while. It's so good to see you, love. And mom first always. Thank you so much. You are actually here, darling. Thank you so much. Wow, that's amazing. Hello, everyone. Justin, really liked your shirt. Looking good. Well, thank you, my dear. Really do appreciate that. Repairman. What's repairman, Sherry? What's a repairman? Repairman. I don't know what that means. Thank you, Carmelita. I sent the info to Justin. Okay, gotcha. You emailed it, right, Panda? Just want to make sure. Okay. All right, guys. So a little slip up, I think. And like I understand. There's a poll, right? Did the poll drop in chat? Do we have a poll there? Okay, yeah. So I dropped a poll in chat. Let me know what you guys think. Okay, Panda, gotcha. There was never a repairman mentioned. I don't know what anybody's talking about a repairman. I don't get it. Always late, 15 months. How you doing? I just love it here. Best chat ever. Thank you, always late. We got the best people. I'm not just saying it, but we got the best people. We really do. Very good people here. All classy. No, repairman took them doesn't make any sense. Guys, I know everyone's now talking about Lilly and Jack may have been taken. Well, if you don't remember, guys, let's just come down off of this for a minute. Let's just breathe. I'm going to take a little sidebar here for now. The RCMP said there is nothing that says they were taken or abducted. Can we remember that? There is nothing that says that they were taken and or abducted, right? That's right, Sherry Lynn. I mean, okay, guys. I know people do things for, they say the most wildish, outlandish things. Like I told you the other day, I usually don't get call out like any creators or anything. I don't get into that stuff. But I was viewing where this creator had like some police officer detective in a uniform, and it's like, yeah, we picked up the bodies over there, and they were talking about they made it seem like they were talking about Jack and Lily. I'm thinking, how do these people sleep at night? How do they sleep at night? These are human beings. These are children. Don't do that. Don't do that stuff, man. That's crazy. I don't know. It's crazy. Um yeah, to some people it's entertainment. It's sickening. That's exactly right. That's right. Um True crime is not entertainment. It's not entertainment. These are human beings. Jack and Lily are somewhere right now. They're somewhere. And in my opinion, someone knows. That video was AI created. Let me tell you something. AI or PI or EIEIO doesn't matter to me. You have to click publish. You know what I mean? You have to click publish before you drop that video. And if it's AI, they can choose the words. They can choose the words, the script for the AI, right? Yeah, you still have to put it out there. You still do. And they do it because for what? For what? How about dig and do some research like I do? I sit here and dig and edit and put things together, and it's crazy amount of time. So if you do it right, it takes time. But anyway, Jessica and clicks and views. Yeah, and listen, everybody wants clicks. Everybody wants views. Listen, and if the creator says they don't, they're lying. I'm just real with you guys. They're lying, but you don't do it saying something that is completely, utterly untrue. You know what I mean? Clickbait, yeah. Yeah, clickbait, yeah. And listen, you've got to make your titles and stuff look attractive, and that's what YouTube tells us to do. But don't lie to people, you know. Like to me, if I like go to a channel and it's like, like clickbait and it has nothing to do, they talk nothing about what they're what the thumbnail says, I'm just like, see you never. See you never. You lost my respect. So moving on. A little sidebar there. So within 90 minutes, and this is a fact, I've got the receipts. I will show you. Within 90 minutes, they changed the $150,000 rewarding. Just a couple words, though. Just a couple words. Let's get into it, shall we? I will show you the receipts. Guys, do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button. Come on, let's have a chicken party today. Let's have a chicken party today. All right. So, earlier, now it is this is the rewards for major unsolved crimes. The Department of Justice is offering cash reward for up to $150,000 for information leading to the arrest and convictions of persons responsible for specified major unsolved crimes. This is who is asking for, giving the reward, right? Unsolved cases are submitted by police agencies of jurisdiction to the Department of Justice for consideration and approval into the rewards for major unsolved crimes program, as unsolved crimes are accepted into the program as they will be posted for the website. Okay. Well, let me give credit to this gentleman. Nighttime Canadian Crime Mysteries and the Weird. He noticed it let me share his link out. I'll put his link in the description as well. He's got a really good podcast. I'm going to drop his link before I show you guys this. Okay. What's it called again? No, nighttime Canadian crime. All right. Credit sources, nighttime crime. All right. So on Facebook there. Okay. Moving along. All right. So right here is what it says. So this is Nova Scotia government, right? $150,000 reward for information about the disappearance of sibling Lilly and Jack Sullivan. On May 2nd, the RCMP stated a missing persons investigation for Lilly 6 and Jack 4 after the family members could not locate the children in the home or their property location in Lansdowne Station. Family members reported they last saw Lilly inside the home and could hear Jack on the morning of May 2nd. The investigation has confirmed that both Lilly and Jack were with family members on the afternoon of May 1st. The disappearance of Jack and Lilly is felt across the province and beyond. And my heart goes out to the family and community, and everyone has been working to find these children since day one, said Becky Durhan, Attorney General and Minister of Justice. Police and investigators are working tirelessly to find answers, and I urge anyone with information to please share the RCMP as soon as possible. Okay, that was the first. All right. Now, 1104, June 19th, 1104. Okay. 1107. 1107. So the next time they changed it, I might have got them backwards here. The next time they changed it is right here. Let me make sure. Okay. Next time they changed it is 1107, 3 minutes later or something. And it keeps popping up. Let me just, we'll get to the bottom of it. But it says, anyone with information regarding this crime should call. They put crime 2 times the first time. Anyone regarding this crime, right? Well, then they go back. Hold on. I might have something. I might have not gotten them all. 3, 4. Okay. So I already read to you what they said and all that. Anyone with information regarding this crime. Then they switched it again. They had crime twice on one. That's why I don't think I got it all. They switched it all. Anyway, they had crime twice on the first one. Let me make this might be the first one. Lilly and Jack's home, 6 feet tall. Okay. Well, I'll just show you regardless. The first one they had, it was regarding this crime And then up here, they had regarding this crime, they had it twice. Then they took it down. They took the top one down off of crime, and they just had the one here on the bottom. It says regarding this crime. And then after they had already edited 2 times, they come out and do it the third and final time. And they don't mention any part of crime in the last one. Now, to me, it's pretty obvious that, in my opinion, that this is a crime. I mean, Daniel, said homicide detectives, generally deal in homicide, but they also do some cases that aren't actually homicide, but maybe attempted homicide or things like that. So the kids were gone. It's we pretty much know it's a homicide, right? And but I also think that they want to do it for legal reasons, because sometimes, if you're saying this is a homicide of some sort, or not homicide, sorry, scratch homicide, criminal case rather, that puts pressure on them and others that may be, the public may implicate, the court of public opinion rather, right? So I think that's probably why they haven't done that. Legal reasons, more legal reasons than anything, Justin. But maybe they slipped because in their minds, they are knowing it's criminal, and they had to adjust a reason. You said just a thought. Yeah. So I've spoke to homicide detectives before, and I've been very frustrated on certain cases, and I've said, why don't you guys just say this is a crime? And they're like, well, if we go out there and say it's a crime, and then something really happens and it's not a crime, or it's, for instance, let's say, Lily and Jack are in the woods somewhere, and they really went out into the woods by themselves. They just walked out there in the woods, and the police said, we have no evidence that they're in the woods, and this is foul play. And then later on, for instance, this is hypothetically, Lily and Jack are found in the woods, and they really did walk out there in the woods. They was just overlooked for a long period of time. And the police have already said something. It could get them in a lot of legal trouble. You get what I'm saying? So I think that's why they don't do that stuff. I mean, for God's sakes, you've got, look at this. Major Unsolved Crimes Unit, the Department of Justice. Unsolved cases are submitted by the policing agency and jurisdiction, Department of Justice, for considering and approved to the reward of the Unsolved Crimes Program, leading to the arrest and conviction. Oh, this is what it was. Sorry, this is the top of it. I showed you guys the first one first. It had leading to the arrest and conviction of the persons responsible for specified major unsolved crimes. And then they fix it 3 different times. It is edited within 90 minutes. They are not in the woods. This 150,000 is to flesh out who is hiding them, in my opinion. But this is the thing. See, it's very similar, like in the Sebastian Rogers case. If there is 1, 2, 4, 5 members of the family that know, are they likely to say something for $150,000? Well, family members usually are not allowed to get, especially if you lived on the same property. I don't know how it is in the Canada, but I would say it's very similar. Because if you already knew like the information and you was on the property and you had been withholding this information since day 1, you can get in a lot of trouble for that, right? You were just waiting for, I don't know, $150,000 to drop. So it's, it's like if someone of like, hey, Daniel, came to me, one night and said, I know where such and such, we'll just name someone is. And I went and said, oh, well, last week Daniel came to me and told me this. Here you go. And this may lead you there. That's a little bit different. Yeah, it would be obstruction of justice. Yeah. Oh, it's extremely rare, Tina, that 2 children go missing like this. Yeah. No, 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 no. Made before Lilly and Jack went missing. So all we know is that there was a case of CPS or whatever their version of it is there months prior to the kids going missing. Now, I wonder if it was something the school did, because they don't really know a lot of people around there, do they? You know what I mean? Thank you, Webbs. Well, Sherry, we yes, they are sealed. They are sealed. However, the CPS, whoever they are, I can't remember. I did a live one it the other day, Sherry. If you go back, I think it was like maybe 3 or 4 days ago. He did say that he is aware, the CPS people said that he is aware that there was a case months prior. Okay, then, Kathy, then get the hell out. How about that? If you go back, you might see. How about that, Kathy? So there's that. So he did say that there was a case, but he said obviously they can't go into what it was. They're not allowed to do that. And they shouldn't do that. They shouldn't do that. That they're minors, they have to be protected. No, no, no. No, Sherry. No, Sherry. Sorry, there was someone that was made a dumbass remark. Pardon my French. And while I was talking to you, I was talking to them too. So I hope you don't get it confused. Sorry. I just didn't want you to get it confused. Well, I don't know if Karen, I would put in my opinion if I were you, like with that respectfully. No, 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 no. I would never talk to you like that. You know that. God. No, it was someone in here that was just being a real jerk, and I just got him quickly. You know me, I can split off things like that, two things at once. Um, maybe she hid them from CPS. Why? Why? I mean, anything is possible, right? Anything is possible. But is it probable? Yes, that's who it was, Kent, the CPS minister for the province. Thank you for that, Kent. Is it probable? I don't think it's probable that she went and hid the children, in my opinion. I just don't think it's. Thank you, Dreamcatcher. Thank you. I rarely say something back to even a troll. It's just like I don't clickbait anything, so she can scratch. Why did the natives make a kids member on the day they went missing? That makes me think things. Why did the natives make the kids a member on the day they went missing? That makes me think things. I hear what you're saying, Rainbow, and I've not heard that, but I just don't think that any native group is going to get their whole tribe investigated for 2 children. I just don't personally, you know what I mean? Thank you so much, Holly. That same one. Really, Holly? Holly, did you ask your husband on that? I would love to hear what he has to say on that. You know why. So, thank you so much, Miss Holly. I kids can be hidden. They can be hidden, but I just have a weird feeling that the day after this horrible interview that Daniel did, respectfully, I mean, it was bad. Not the way he was or anything, but just his story. Yes, King. He was in here on the phone with me the other day. But the next day, after all of that takes place, now it's all like the kids are taken by mom, right? I don't see it. I don't see it. Mm-mm. I see her doing that more with Meadow than Lily or Jack. I think it's possible that they were trapped. Absolutely. I think anything is a possibility. Don't get me wrong, right? Don't get me wrong. I think absolutely anything is a possibility. Anything. But is it a probability statistically? And statistically, which I think most of us in at least in the court of public opinion, correct me if I'm wrong, and you're welcome to say your own opinion in here. Uh that someone knows where these kids are. I think, can we agree on that? Right? Can we agree that it is very highly likely that there is someone or someones that knows where these children are or what happened to them? Now, if you disagree, that's absolutely fine too. Right? Because that, you know, at 6:15, the timeline is just junked. Just absolutely junked. 6:15, and then you got approximately 7:40. They hear the kids in there, 20 minutes, 8 o'clock, and then from 8 to 10, we know nothing. We really know nothing all morning, to be quite honest with you. Right? Is there any, I mean, is there anyone that believes that they, in your opinion, and you can, from day one, I have pretty much stayed, if the if the people inside the home or on the property don't know, then I believe they walked out of the house and into the woods. And I don't believe that they walked out of the house into the woods. I'll just say that. But that would be my next option before I think someone actually picked them up and abducted them in the middle of literally nowhere. I would statistically think they walked out, both of them, and just haven't been found before someone just came and picked them up. It's just some random stranger. Nope, not where they are. Extremely rare. Right? Yes. Yes, Caper. If the RCMP, sorry, even thought that Jack and Lily were with their family elsewhere, they would have checked into it. 1,000%. 1,000%. Right? So, really, the only thing, in my opinion, that it leaves is really going back to square one. I believe that those parents know where Jack and Lily are. Now, is it did an accident happen? Were they being unattended quite often? It kind of sounds like it, in my opinion, respectfully, because I mean, you've got mom laying in bed, you've got stepdad laying in bed. They supposedly have 1 to 2 sick children who they say, "Get out of here. Don't wake up your sister." Well, they're kids too. They need to be they need breakfast or something. They need to be watched too, right? Nothing wrong with laying in your bed and, turning on some cartoons or whatever if you're tired or you didn't get much sleep or you feel bad in the bedroom and letting them watch television. There's nothing wrong with that. Make sure the doors are locked and they cannot get out if they get out of your room. But or there was some sort they got some sort of toxic that they found them. But I do not believe for a second that Malaya just says, get in the car, Jack and Lily, get in the car. I'm going to take you to Timbuktu, and you know what I mean? Thank you, Kari. Appreciate you, my dear. Right? Out of all the kids, if she was going to do that to anyone, it would have been Meadow. Right. It would have been Meadow. That's the one she shares Daniel with. It doesn't make sense to do that with Jack and Lily. They are school age children. Right? They're school age children. And Malaya, she said, her words, that the kids were behind from, quote, the other kids. And that saddens me. It really saddens me. Because for what? For what? What's that, Ross? She does, Karen. She wants people to think she's not smart at all, in my opinion. Yeah. Yeah. But Lily's not. I don't understand why she left and buried her head in the sand. See, I can't really. The only thing I can say about Malaya, in my opinion, is I don't know why a mother. I don't even know about the leaving part. I know that gets a lot of people as well, and it does me. But what gets me more than anything is just her not being proactive in the search. And I don't mean necessarily out there in the woods, climbing trees or anything, but I mean being proactive in having, to spread awareness for Lily and Jack, right? I don't find it coincidence that she left the second day if there was trouble going on in their relationship. And clearly, in my opinion, there was. Right? So what supporting argument, what supporting verbal evidence, shall we say, do we have for that? Right? Well, there's people that says that they were, it was tough. But then you have the police that was there a couple times that week, right? And then you have Daniel's messages. Can you give this message to Malaya? She'll understand what it means. And the message was, I've got it. I can pull it up somewhere. But the message is more or less, tell Malaya I want her to be with the old Daniel. The one she met when we first got together at the waterfall. That one. Right? So that tells me he changed, right? I thought this is on the run. In my opinion, it's crazy. The whole case, it is crazy. Ash, you are not the first one to say that. You're not the first one to say that, but I don't know, but I respectfully, I don't think any of us know 80% of the truth. I think it's hard for the RCMP, and they've got resources that they can confirm if a vehicle was started, how far it went, everything else. So I don't know if he's got it figured out 80%. I mean, he may think that he's got it 80%, but um on their way of reasoning. You're right, Janet. It can, but that doesn't it's not enough. It's not enough for me. I mean, yes, postpartum, bad things can happen, right? It can happen. Now, I will say that if there is, let's say if there is postpartum, really bad, really, really bad postpartum. Not a doctor, can't diagnose her, don't know if she's has, any of postpartum or any depression or anything. But if, let's say she had very bad postpartum and she snapped, it happens in women. It happens in women. That could be the reason, something happened. And that could be, you know, theoretically the reason why she's not being proactive. But to me, it would have to be something that she would have to be a cause to what she did or didn't do, whatever. Because after your kids are missing, I think most moms could be in a coma or raised from the dead almost to make sure that their kids are found. You know what I mean? T-Walk says RCMP does not put up rewards like that often. Little Dylan Eller went missing in Nova Scotia and has yet to be found. Yes, no reward was ever offered. This is more than this if the RCMP is putting up a big reward. Yeah. Yeah, it's a rare thing, especially that much of a reward, correct? Okay, gotcha, Standing Bull, gotcha. Good to see you, my friend. Um, yes, King. I am here because 2 children are missing, and the third is a CPS custody. That's right. I mean, they went from a family of 5. It's really sad, right? A family of 5. And now they're all separated, essentially. Maybe not, if Lily and Jack are not alive, it just the house just vanished overnight. right? Uh, no, Caper, acting strange does not equal guilt. No, it doesn't. But it does play factors um, as well. And it's not so much, it's behaviors. It's a pattern of behaviors. And everyone is different. Everyone is different. But there is a common response that most reasonable humans have. Okay. Whether you believe in science or you believe in uh, God or you believe in a little bit of both, when a mother hears their kid crying, their infant, when they hear their infant crying, okay, they can't stand for that baby to cry. Who is in control? It's for this little being that they have in their arms, right? The baby is in control. You think you're in control as a mother or a father, but most mothers uh, cannot stand for their child to cry, right? It is an evolutionary thing, right? Or a mother will hear their baby cry, and if they're breastfeeding, what happens? They spring a leak, right? And they're heartbroken because their baby's crying or they think it's hungry, right? It is innate within us to protect our children. That is a natural thing. They can't talk, so they cry. Yes, but it's wired within us to we know what that when they're crying, something is off, right? Now, some people they're not wired like that. And they're just not, unfortunately, in my opinion. So that's the best example I can give you. They may be little, but they are the ones actually in control. The baby. Right. And there is, I don't like the word normal, but there is what is uh overwhelming majority of how people react, right? It is, I've yet to see a mother in any cases that I've covered where they're not a little sus or something's not off with the case. And the reason they go into self-protectant mode, very common. Well, but it's that's the whole thing. It's not about you. It's about them, finding them. And that's the thing. I have never seen a mother, a parent say, yeah, they're out there. God, I hope they find them. I just hope they find them. Just be waiting here, not trying to help anything. Just be waiting. Be nice if they come back. I don't buy it. Right? Now, again, I think no, I don't buy it. I have now I think if she was declining her mental health, I think if her mental health was declining and there was a crescendo and something happened, right? i.e., she snapped and then she's not looking or not being proactive. Yeah, I think that's why she probably wouldn't be talking. But I don't buy it either way. I don't buy it other if that didn't happen. I don't buy it. I've not seen it in any. I mean, there are people that just completely, at times in life, they just completely give up. Completely give up. Nobody gives up 20 minutes in, a day in. No. They just don't. But this is a very confusing case. It's a very confusing case because, again, at the end of the day, I personally think both of them have knowledge. I don't see, or one was protecting the other. That's absolutely right, Caper. That's absolutely right. I agree with that. And listen, don't be going to the RCMP if you don't have firsthand knowledge. Firsthand. Not your mother's sister's aunt's second cousin told you. No. What you do is, if you think you have knowledge, go to that source and say, is it true you have knowledge of this? And if they say yes, then say, please call the RCMP. Firsthand knowledge. Otherwise, you're really wasting resources. She's not looking because she knows where they are and they are being protected. In my opinion, they are on the reservation and law enforcement on jurisdiction. No, they absolutely can go on. They absolutely can. RCMP can go on there. Sure can. Um, after this interview, look at this. Let me see. After this interview, why in the hell is anybody going with all of this media scrutiny, all of the, not Canada now, right? Not Canada, the world knows all about this case. Why wouldn't you say, I was scared? But let me tell you something. I mean, maybe people just don't follow. A lot of people don't follow true crime as deeply. They get interested in their locals perhaps, and they just don't get used to seeing crime after like a lot, these cases. But RCMP has interviewed every single one of these individuals around Daniel and Malaya. They've interviewed every single one. 50 some individuals. 50 some individuals. And that was a couple weeks ago. Right? They're going to know where they were, what they were doing, person, place, time. Right? And they're going to verify all of that. It's a huge investigation. It's a huge investigation. Like never. Exactly. People think the RCMP can't go on indigenous land and the FBI can't go here on indigenous land, and that is totally false. Now, they try to have a mutual respect and a boundary, right? But if something that can help, or if there is a crime that's happened, they can go on that property, right? It's kind of like in the United States, police officers can't just walk in your home unless they know that there is a crime happening inside your home. And if they know that there's a crime happening inside your home, they can walk right in there. Or if you're having life-saving emergency, right? So I know a lot of people say, and they think they know, but they really don't. They'll be like, well, I think she's on indigenous land, and that's where Lilly and Jack are, because the RCMP can't go on there. That's not true. It's not true. It's not true. So it brings an answer, because in mysteries, our brain has to make sense of what happened, right? And so our brain tries to find the shortest way to get there, right? Even though some people make it incredibly complicated to get there. But generally, in any crime, it's usually, not always, but usually, is the most simple of the ways possible, right? Because there is people work a certain way generally, number one, and they generally have only a certain amount of time for, you know, if a crime does happen. What was that? I missed that. As domestic with their respective tribal governments, they're not right. You're right, young black economist. Yeah.
I didn't kill Lilly and Jack.
It's been 6 weeks now.
Listen, what he is saying right here, it does not project confidence whatsoever. It does not. Children after the. I just find that's exactly right, Amanda. Exactly. There is just nobody. I mean, this is the thing, right? Let's say Lilly and Jack are, someone has them right now, and Malaya knows about the party rumor. Yeah, Rainbow. Yeah. Let's pretend, as the hypotheses here, that Lilly and Jack, Malaya actually took them to some place and they're just living life wherever they are. And all of this attention, worldwide attention, okay? I've been on this since day one. Well, the day after the first day. So pretty much day one. All she would have to do is say, drop them off somewhere safe. Just like, I picked them up or dropped them off to you. Do it the same way I dropped them off to you. They're not anywhere like that. They're just, it's, in my opinion, that is, right? Drop them off at a fire station, at a grocery store. Say, Jack, Lilly, go in there and tell him who you are and that you've been missing or something or whatever. I mean, why not do that? I think it's really hard for sometimes people to, and I've said this a million times, I say this in a lot of cases, it's hard for someone that you see thinking that they could have potentially did something, or at the very least kids could have got involved in a toxic something, and then you get in trouble for it, and so cover that up. I think so too, Lakeside Lawyer. I do too. I absolutely agree with you. There, that 2 hours of the morning, the party rumor to Justin. Okay, I will. But him, the way he says, I mean, do you know how offensive and angry a person like when the police blame you in America, like when we go get with an interview with a police officer, they're very direct and they will blame you and usually chip you down. They don't do that in Canada near as much. Now that's a new system and there's not really supposed to at all, I don't think. But most people, if the police said, "Did you unalive the kids?" most parents would be like, "Go to hell in a handbasket. I don't give a fuck what you think." Pardon my French. I know I didn't do it. Does this project confidence to you?
I know the truth. I didn't kill Lilly and Jack.
Very. Watch his eyes. I know the truth. I didn't Lilly or Jack. He, and I'm not saying he did. I want to make that extraordinarily clear. I'm saying it doesn't come off as confident. Number one. At all. Watch
It's
this.
been 6 weeks now since you've seen Lilly and Jack.
What?
I just want to ask, how are you holding up?
It's been a long 6 weeks. I know that everybody basically in the world at this point is always wanted to know like what happened. It's been from sadness to anger at this point. And I know the RCMP and major crimes are working around the clock trying to piece everything together, and I'm grateful for that. But it always leaves the question, 6 weeks has gone by, and we know at this point they're not in the woods, and where are they?
Did you feel in the beginning that they suspected you?
Of course, the stepfather was always a prime suspect right off the beginning.
You felt that from the beginning?
Yeah.
But you
It's called the Cinderella effect. I did probably 5 different shows on the Cinderella effect. Cinderella effect. It's common. Not common, but it happens whenever with step parents, right? Oh, thank you, Bubby. Appreciate you. And he's right. Many step parents are the best step parents ever. But sometimes, especially if they have their own kid, they've made their own child with, the mother or the father, and there's other kids out there that they're not treated the same. I'm not saying this happened in this case, but I am saying that it does happen. And I think Daniel is controlling behind the scenes. I think he was very controlling to Malaya. Jealous, in my opinion. Now, Daniel says to a lot of people right now that he said Malaya was jealous and was abusive. Was she? I don't know, because people are different behind closed doors. Again, public self, private self, secret self. Everyone has that.
don't feel that now?
No, I don't feel that at all. I asked for the lie detector exam, the polygraph exam. I gave them my phone. I told them do drug tests because there's a lot of rumors online about a drug party. I know the person that said those rumors, and it was just to take the heat off themselves.
Was there
Okay. Rainbow wanted me to about this part. I know the person that said that. They wanted to take the heat off themselves. That's interesting. Isn't that interesting? Take the heat off themselves. I mean, I don't understand why they would want to. How does that make sense? How does that make sense? They didn't have to come out here and say that. You get what I mean? Like, whoever said it, he said, I don't even get what he means here. No, it was someone on YouTube or Facebook who went on and said, I was passing in the area and I looked over, more or less, I'm paraphrasing, toward their house, and I noticed there was a bunch of cars in the yard. And then they said I was prejudging them. And he said they thought he pictured them that they were all in the trailer there having a drug party. Right. So that's Daniel says it's a neighbor. Daniel says it's a neighbor. There were cars parked, yeah, up by the road, but never disclose who they are. They never disclose who they are. Yeah. So how would Daniel know? How would Daniel know who they are if they went under anonymous? And how would anyone know? How do we know that they're even a neighbor? Justin Smith, it was article said. Come again, Brandy? What do you mean? And I just don't understand why. Take the heat off yourself. It's not illegal to have a party, right? It's not illegal. I mean, if you're doing certain substances, it probably is, right? But how does anyone know the guy? And this is the thing, the guy or girl, whoever it was that said that, he didn't say they were in there doing drugs. He said he thought to himself, just by prejudging the property and all the cars there, he was thinking it was like a stereotype, I guess. Right? So where's the water if he speaks on the map? Anyone knows what's waist deep? Yeah, if you didn't watch my live last night, Sasha, we looked at the map, and I didn't realize you guys had told me how close it was to the ocean. And I didn't realize it's 28 freaking minutes to the ocean. 28 minutes. Like, I didn't think it was that close. I did come back last night, Miss Sherry. Going to have to directly message Justin for what? We read the article here very early on in the case. I barely kind of remember, vaguely.
Any kind of party?
No.
Was there any kind of gathering that
No.
someone might have thought was a party?
Let's listen to this
Any-
again.
Says there's a lot of exam. I gave them my phone. I told them I, do drug tests because there's a lot of rumors online about a drug party.
I don't know. We have no idea if someone's on drugs or not. But there's a lot of, you just don't know. You just don't know. But he did say he would do a drug test, but it also was several days after Lilly and Jack went missing, so there's that.
I know the person that said there's rumors, and it was just to take the heat off themselves.
Was there any kind of party?
No.
Was there any kind of gathering that
No.
someone might have thought was a party?
No.
There were no people at the house?
No. Not the night before.
Okay, you mentioned you offered to take a polygraph test.
Yeah.
Did the RCMP
Thank you,
take up on
Brandy.
that?
Yes, it did.
And how did that unfold?
That unfolded in my favor. They obviously
He
know I
always says in
wasn't
his
lying about
favor.
anything.
Listen to
There were no
this.
people at the house?
No. Not the night before.
Okay, you mentioned you
Okay. That just is very interesting to me. I just now caught that. So there was nobody at your house? No, not the night before. Well, the guy said Wednesday or Thursday. I just now noticed that as well. He slips that in at the very end. Yeah, no, not the night before. The guy said Wednesday or Thursday. He couldn't remember. Or girl. I don't know, again, if it's a guy or girl. You know what I mean?
offered the
Person that said there's rumors, and it was just to take the heat off themselves.
Was there any kind of party?
No.
Was there any kind of gathering that
No.
someone might have thought was a party?
No.
There were no people at the house?
No. Not the night before.
Okay, you mentioned you
Not the night before. That's interesting. Now I remember it. Yes, his name was Justin. You're right. About the incident on October 17, 2013, it will give you a better understanding. Thank you, my dear. Did you email it or text it? Well, I've got a couple emails here. Oh, about entering the reservation. Someone sent me one about entering the reservation. Okay, Ice Cube, I got yours. And let me check this. Oh my God. Oh, guys, y'all please pray for Dirty Diana. She just got a call. Her brother-in-law stopped breathing, and they got him back. But they say he doesn't got much more time left. Hold on. Can you email that to me? It says file not supported. Okay. I just text you guys back a little bit. Thank you for that. Yeah, it's sad. Love Dirty Diana. Guys, please hit that thumbs up button. Greatly appreciate it. Consider becoming a member of the Pearl family.
Test?
Yeah.
Did the RCMP take you up on that?
Yes, it did.
And how did that unfold?
That unfolded in my favor. They obviously know I wasn't lying about anything.
So they said, yep, great, thank you, come in
Yeah.
for a polygraph test.
Yeah, it took a
But respectfully, Daniel, they obviously don't know anything. I think maybe it's just a wrong choice of words, which we all do that sometimes. But that's the whole reason they're checking you out because they obviously don't know, instead of they obviously don't know that I did it. That was either a lie. VA. You're so funny. Yes, Daniel said sadness turned to anger, but I see him getting fearful, which can be very dangerous. Absolutely. Why is Daniel still involved? They're not his kids. Move on. I mean, it's a two-way street, I think, with Daniel. Like, I do appreciate Daniel being out there. At least he does talk about, Lilly and Jack some. Most of the time he's talking about himself and how he's innocent. But nonetheless, he does still talk about standing bull. You sent me it's just a screenshot, standing bull. Is it supposed to be just a screenshot, or is it supposed to be a video? Right, and that's exactly what I'm saying. Precisely a laugh a day. To be fair, the children's mother hasn't said a word about them. Not really, just she did a 2-minute interview. Okay, I got you, Sandy Bull. So, I appreciate Daniel in that respects, but I'm just saying that everything that he has said up to this point, and because the RCMP is watching every line that they have, every phone line, every phone that they have, they're being watched, guaranteed. It would be in his best interest if he has knowledge of anything to zip it. Truthfully. But I don't think he's capable of it. Justin, please read this. If my kids went missing, I wouldn't eat, sleep, shave, change clothes, etc. I'd have bags under my eyes, but not Daniel. Yeah, he admits he's a suspect. He does. I mean, he said that they did suspect him. That is true. But he kind of indicated that they cleared it up though as well, right?
It took a little while to set up, and
When did you do that test?
I don't know the exact date, but that would be at least 3 weeks ago, probably.
So roughly 3 weeks after the disappearance.
Yeah.
And I think most Canadians wouldn't have any idea what's involved with that. Can you describe the process? You go in and just tell us right from the start.
We go in, sit down in a big comfy chair, and they have multiple sensory pads. You have them underneath your forearms, you have them underneath your butt, and you have them underneath your feet with your shoes off. You have a sweat gland on one finger. You have a measuring instrument for blood flow that goes in and out of your hand. And you have a cuff on your arm for blood pressure to measure your pulse.
Were you nervous?
Yeah, I was extremely nervous. Especially with the first question they asked you, did you kill Lilly and Jack?
That was the first question they asked you.
Yeah. Yeah.
What went through your mind when someone's asking you that question so point blank like that?
In my
Your
opinion,
mind,
What went asked you?
especially with the first question they asked you, did you kill Lilly and Jack?
That was the first question they asked you.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think he's just got a lot he's holding in. The weight of this. I really do. Nope, they do base questions, then slowly lead up. Yes. When it's several hours to do a lie detector test.
What went through your mind when someone's asking you that question?
Because they get to know you. They make sure you're not nervous before you start. Like they ease you. They're not going to do it until they get your base level because they don't have nowhere to
Go
start.
point blank like that.
Your mind has a massive release of chemicals, I guess you would call them. Just, it's like your stress levels just astronomically through the roof, and your body doesn't know what to do because it's not every day the way you're hooked up to machines in an interrogation room where someone asks you questions like that.
What other kinds of questions did they ask you?
All the questions pertain to the death of Lilly and Jack. Are you accessory to the murder of Lilly and Jack? They were all.
So all of the questions assumed that the children are no longer alive.
Yeah.
There were no questions at all about, did you take them somewhere? Could
No.
they be somewhere?
No.
The police have done a number of polygraph tests.
I have a very hard time believing that. I really have a very hard time believing that. One of the questions they generally always ask you, do you have any knowledge of where or what happened to such and such? That is generally a standard question. They don't usually sit and ask you 20 different questions. It's usually very broad, but specific as well, if that makes sense. Right? Do you have any knowledge of the whereabouts? Did you harm? Was there, did you cover up? So that makes me wonder, did he take a lie detector test? Or were they just incompetent giving it to him? I don't know. Or is he just not being truthful about what they asked him?
They've done 53 formal interviews. Do you know who these people are?
Yeah.
That's a lot of interviews.
It is a lot of interviews. A lot of them are my family, people that live in the area. And those interviews, typically, my interview was 4 hours.
4 hours. They kept him in a room for 4 hours. Right? They've interviewed over 50 some people. And that's what I'm saying. Anybody that they know, and let's be real, they live a very small life, right? They're not, going on international flights every week and know a bunch of people. They're talking to their family, their friends, work colleagues, that kind of thing. Yes, Alephide, it does. So they're going to want to know where they were, the people that they spoke to. Where were you when this happened? How did you find out? What were you doing when all of this happened? Mamaki, thank you so much, my dear. Appreciate you. Thank you, love. Good to see you. Good to see you, my friend. Really do appreciate you. So that also tells me, in my opinion, that no one that Malaya and Daniel know has these kids. I know those are called forts to the right of the house, but Daniel said he checked the cabins in the woods. Where are the cabins? He did say that, didn't he, Baba Rose? That's a good point. Well, thank you, Teresa. I feel like the RCMP wouldn't be giving a non-biological parent much information about this case. Listen, if a domestic partner, a loved one, your husband, your wife, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, you live together, right? And they go missing. Literally, statistically, over 8 out of 10 times you're involved, statistically. Now, when it comes to kids, right, and they go missing, it's generally, if they truly don't get out, right, they truly don't get out, it is over 9 out of 10 times statistically. 9 out of 10 times. Over 9 out of 10 times, actually. The other is someone else around very close to you, or being abducted by a stranger. Stranger abductions are incredibly, incredibly, incredibly rare. Yes. Yes. Exactly. Exactly. Miss Matt Murphy, how you doing, girl? Thank you so much. Welcome to the Pearl family, darling. Yo, welcome, Miss Matt Murphy, to the Pearl family. Welcome, my dear. Thank you so much for your support. Join us in the chat there. Thank you. If we take the drama and bias out of the story, let's just say they are both responsible because they went missing under their care. I mean, I think at the least you could say is why did they want them out of, if their story, they're saying is true, why wouldn't they said get out of the room, you don't want to wake up baby Meadow. I get it. You don't want to wake up a sleeping baby. Of course. I get that. But they're also, the oldest one is 6 years old. They're still both babies. They're still both babies themselves. And they're supposedly sick. So don't they deserve a little attention too out here? Right? Maybe some breakfast? So to me, it's, again, I'm not judging the fact that we human beings as parents, we get tired too. And there's times, like I said, you make them breakfast, You bring them to the bedroom, you turn the television on, they can sit in the floor, they can eat their breakfast and watch cartoons while you know, try to get a little rest or whatever. Change a pull up, change of clothes. Yeah, Brandy. But, if Jack went to bed with a night diaper on, the nighttime pull-ups, it's going to need changed. You know what I mean? It's going to need changed at some point. So none of it makes sense at all. Oh, hey, Gemini. Thank you, baby dogs. I appreciate you, honey. Thank you so much. Daniel wasn't allowed to see her. RCMP said no abduction. Thank you so much, sweet Gemini. I love you, darling. If you received one of those Pearl memberships, make sure you thank our beautiful Gemini too for gifting 5 Pearl necklaces. I really do appreciate you, my friend. Thank you so much, love.
And a lot of the interviews from my family were 1-2 hours. So there's a lot of time taken up and they ask details.
Okay. Ash Mengi says, I really believe Daniel when he says she only cared about Meadow. I get that feeling too. It's possible, right? It's possible. But let's think about it from this aspect. Is the stepdad more likely to care for Jack and Lily than the biological mother when he has a child with her? It's possible, but it could be, but it could also be that that neither one of them cared as much. As well. We have to consider all of those things. And she may be, but I don't know.
No questions.
Do you know who else actually took a polygraph test?
I mean, I do, but I'm not going to say anything that's going to impede the investigation.
Okay. When did you find out the result of your test?
Immediately right after.
What did they say to you?
You did a good job, you passed.
And how did that feel?
Good.
And did you feel that there was any further suspicion on you after that point, or was that sort of conclusive?
No, that was really when I seen the turning point.
Hold on, I
it
just
started
caught
to
that.
taper off.
And she said, how did you feel? And he said, good. I don't buy that. I don't buy that. If you know you didn't harm or have knowledge of a child or children that's missing, how did it make you feel? What I already knew. What I already knew. What do you mean? How'd it make me feel? I know what I did. You got that too? Yeah. How'd it make you feel? Good? No, I know what I freaking know.
Okay.
What did they say to you?
You did a good job, you passed.
He's
And how did that feel?
lying.
Good.
And did you feel that there was any further suspicion on you after that point, or was
Listen
that
to
sort of
this.
conclusive?
No, that was really when I seen the turning point for it starting to taper off with investigators.
Do you know if Malaya has taken one?
I don't know if I can say it, but I will anyway. Yes, she did take one.
Okay, she took one. Do you know the result?
No. RCMP wouldn't let tell me I asked.
You said you feel like everyone in the world wants to know what happened to Lily and Jack.
Yeah.
Why do you think that is? Why do you think this is getting so much attention?
Well, just the mysterious and nature of everything and how strange everything is. The RCMP, you know, I mean, they have to keep a tight lip on everything, but there's a lot more that meets the eye with the case.
Okay. Mimi asked a very good question, and I've answered this before, but okay. But why even lie about taking a lie detector test or the results of the test, knowing well all police and authorities' eyes are on him, knowing he can be exposed about that and making him look guilty? There are a lot of cases where individuals lie about taking a lie detector test. And generally, because authorities are very tight lipped about taking a lie detector test. Now, I'm not saying he's lying about taking a lie detector test at all, but Edgar in the Sebastian Rogers case lied like a rug on national television, saying he would take a lie detector test, and then said he did take a lie detector test. So it does happen. It does happen because authorities generally won't say whether you've taken a lie detector test or not, in America at least.
Is there something that you think the public doesn't know that you can share that you want the public to know?
That's a hard one because I don't want to impede the investigation in any way. It is still a missing persons investigation. It hasn't pivoted to any type of criminal investigation. But the kids were seen the day before. I know a lot of people didn't know that. I still see a lot of stuff online that the kids could have been missing for days. They were out of school for days, and they were seen in the Glasgow area on camera the day before this appearance in the afternoon.
Where was that?
I don't know if I can say that, but it was near the Highland Square Mall.
Was it with you?
It was with me, Malaya, and Meadow, and Lilly and Jack were there too.
And are the police aware of that?
The police were aware of that since.
Do they have that video?
Yes, they do. I also talked to my coworker in
Sorry, I
the
was
parking
muted.
lot as well, and
Sorry, I was muted. I'm gonna find something. Just give me 2 seconds.
he verified that with investigators as well. So for all the speculation, they were gone days ahead of time, or they were seen the afternoon on camera before the disappearance.
Why do you think the police are asking for video dating back, days before that?
Well, the reason for that is they want to see the traffic of the vehicles on the roads in the area, right? Maybe vehicles that were traveling that area a lot over the last few days prior to hand, or vehicles that weren't seen in the area, or vehicles that were seen in the area, like local people that are, you know what I mean, making frequent trips past the house, or which
And it froze. And it froze. Okay. This is what bothers me. We'll come back to that in just a second. This is what bothers me. Look at this. Let me put their link in. I'm going to drop their link in. credit. Oops. Here we go. All right. Watch this.
Are you able to authorize and start getting some search teams going to the care lot?
Guys, I've got I think 3 or 4 batches of the air radio when they went missing, and I have not got to listen to all of it. I can upload that in a video, or I can do it live. Some people don't like to listen to them, but sometimes you find some really interesting things in there as well.
Locations.
Radio chatter, search crews and first responders mobilizing in a quest no one dreamed would take this long.
Just make sure Mom stays close to the house there in case they happen to sneak out and get back into the house.
A home deep in rural Nova Scotia, 140 kilometers northeast of Halifax, the last known location.
A lot of area to cover. We're out in the sticks here.
Not one, but 2 missing children. A dog that barks at everything, a mother who left on the second day, a father who hasn't seen the kids in 3 years, and a stepfather trying to piece things together.
It's been a long 6 weeks. I know that everybody basically in the world at this point is always wanting to know like what happened.
The mystery of what happened to 6-year-old...
Right here. Let me find it.
The time, no one will say for sure, but police say it was around 10 a.m. when they got a 911 call.
6:15 to 10 a.m. That's almost 4 hours from the time. Also, I just thought of something. Okay, Roni. Thank you, honey. 2 hours and 3 minutes, Lel Kennedy. So, also another thing, and Daniel says in one of his text messages that, one second. Okay, so Daniel says, sorry about that, y'all. Daniel says that in a text message that Malaya used his phone to contact the school. Why would Malaya use his phone to contact the school? Why can't she use her own phone? It's 6:15 in the morning. He said in another text message that she was on her phone and not even asleep. What do you think? You're funny, VA. Yeah, 2 hours and 6 minutes.
I ran up in the woods to the kids. They have cabins up in the woods, which only took me like 30 seconds. I came right back down. She was on the phone with the RC.
Okay. Runs to the cabins up in the woods. Now he may have used the wrong word. He may have used the wrong word, but she killed her battery. Perhaps. Now, the people are saying that it's over here. Is this it right here? Is that it, what we're talking about? Make it bigger for y'all. Is that what we're talking about? Her battery died. How convenient, because how is she going to be on it at 8 o'clock? Don't you charge your battery at night? The email from school went to him, so the app to report it was likely on his phone. She's the mother. Oh, you don't, Low Red? I do. Is this where it is right here? Is this where the cabins are? The cabins? Right there. Who reported absences on Thursday? Good point. The kids, he said he ran up in the woods. He ran up in the woods and it took him 30 seconds. Now, again, I don't know where the hell. I'm guessing up here. That's where I kind of thought it was, is like right in here. But that was just me. That's what he called the little play forts, yeah. So that bothers me. Now, what really bothers me is
For
this.
6 days, crews tackled an exhaustive search. The children's mother took the baby to be with her family in another part of the province. Her mother told CBC News the RCMP told them not to speak with news reporters. The RCMP says it just advised everyone to be mindful of the information they share publicly.
Thank you, Orly.
On May 7th, police scaled back the search.
The probability of survival is taken into consideration.
But search crews returned for 2 more weekends until the end of May, searching wells, mine shafts, and septic systems, even flying a drone beneath the home.
Hey, Lucan, or is it, you pronounce it Lucan? They said that SUV, that black SUV, had nothing to do with it. They ruled it out very quickly.
The 4-year-old is wearing some blue dinosaur boots.
Police say they found
Listen
a
to
boot
this.
print. And listen to this in the radio chatter.
Families brought us to a location there, not far away, that there's a piece of a blanket.
Police won't say anything.
Family brought us to the area, and there's a footprint and a blanket. If you don't see your children, how do you know that they are sick for school? If they're too sick for school for ages 4 and 6, who the fuck sleeps in? Jack was just in a messy pull-up all morning, I guess. Right? Well, okay. You make an excellent point here, Canadian Poll Advisor. Cell service sucks in those areas. If their cell phone providers were different, he may have better cell service, e.g., well, they have Wi-Fi, right? They have Wi-Fi that you can call on that. But he says something right here. that I missed a second ago.
And I said, I don't hear Lilly and Jack.
The time, no one will say for sure, but police say it was around 10 a.m. when they got a 911 call.
I ran up in the woods to the kids. They have cabins up in the woods, which only took me like 30 seconds. I came right back down. She was on the phone with the RCMP.
Well, first of all, I don't believe him the way he says, oh, the RCMP, he's getting it out very quickly. Not all cell phones can call over Wi-Fi. I mean, if you have anything like Google or anything, it all goes through your internet. You don't have to use the Wi-Fi calling button. It'll just automatically call through there. When you're using your Wi-Fi calling, that is using your any regular line, your without network. But what he says right there, this is one of my biggest points in this case. When he says this right here, remember 8 a.m. is when they noticed the kids are gone. They check in the house, check in the yard. Daniel says he immediately runs up, takes him 30 seconds to go to the cabins. He runs back down. And who's on the phone? Malaya is on the phone with who? 911, RCMP. How is that possible at 8 o'clock? How is that possible at 8 o'clock? And listen to this. Listen to this. That's like the third version. Yes, Sandy. It is, Dave? That's the first one in 3 years someone's told me that. A whole $5. But anyway, moving forward. How does that happen? He did not directly specify he did this at 8 a.m. Okay, well, they told that it was around 8 a.m. in other interviews, directly quoted it was around 8 a.m. when they first noticed well, Dave, if you're on a tight Social Security budget, God bless you. Maybe you'll get a membership from someone else who donates. No worries. No worries. Thank you for being here. Okay, that's weird. Moving forward, cops took phones immediately. Yes. 8 a.m. Remember, 6:15, 8 a.m. They said it was about 20 minutes before. In my opinion, they are telling stories on half truths or no truths. Same. Hey, Vic, how are you, baby? Could both parents be telling the truth? Mark, does the truth change? That's my question. Does the truth change? I have get to seeing someone, telling multiple different things, and later it was 100% truthful. I'll just say that. Anything is possible. Is it probable? That's right, Roni, and you're an OG here, girlfriend. We love you. The biggest clue to me is mom not pleading to help finding for kids missing. Well, but you see, in other interviews, I mean, I can pull them up. I've shown you guys 1,000 times. Daniel says nothing about going up to the cabins. And then he says he jumps straight in his car. Okay, Dave, let me just tell you that Mohawk is a mod and she uses caps for a very, it's not just you. Okay? It's not just you. She uses caps for everything. Okay? Justin, just play her interview. I will. Malaya doesn't say anything about it either. But Daniel says he gets straight in his car. In one interview, he says he's gone 10 minutes. The next interview, he says that he's gone for most of the day. He wasn't around much. The next interview, he says he goes and searches up every dirt road, and then he goes back to the house and the RCMP is already there. And then in another interview, he says he goes and he comes back to the house and he waits for the RCMP to come. That's a lot of differences there. You're right, Al Kennedy. And that's the thing. I think it would just be the best in his interest, because it doesn't matter if he is texting people behind the scenes or directly in chat. These people don't keep it quiet, and it's going to circle all the way around. It really is, Paisley. It really is. Exactly. That as well. How are you going to do culverts and dirt roads in 10 minutes? I just don't even understand why he would do culverts and dirt roads at all, because they were up to 20 minutes. Their words, up to 20 minutes. That's after he, dozed off, and the kids were obviously in the house when he dozed off because he heard them. He also said he was out in the woods running ahead of the drones. Yes. And then the water up to his waist. Are we not allowed to use capital? Of course, Soulshine. Absolutely, sweetie. No, someone was complaining about someone using all caps a minute ago, one of our mods. Some people get so mad that people use all caps. It's a free country, man. Come on. Caps don't work.
For 6 days, crews tackled an exhaustive search. The children's mother took the baby to be with her family in another part of the province. Her mother told CBC News the RCMP told them not to speak with news reporters. The RCMP says it just advised everyone to be mindful of the information they share publicly.
So that's another thing that wasn't quite right. Right? Told us not to talk to the media. It's not what they said. Just be mindful.
On May 7th, police scaled back the search.
The probability of survival is taken into consideration.
But search crews returned for 2 more weekends until the end of May, searching wells, mine shafts, and septic systems, even flying a drone beneath the home.
The 4-year-old is wearing some blue dinosaur boots.
Police say they found a boot print. And listen to this in the radio chatter.
Exactly, Mark.
Families
Exactly.
brought us to a location there, not far away, that there's a piece of a blanket.
Police won't say anything about a blanket, but Martell says
Yeah, YouTube used to consider all caps spam, and the algorithm thing used to be a little bit different, but it doesn't really matter so
piece
much
of
anymore.
Lily's blanket was found near the boot print. He says both children may have undiagnosed autism.
For a lot of people, this story just sounds odd. Do you understand that?
Yes, I do. And I see it every day.
So, even the lady here is saying, see, look at there, Kat got a membership, a gifted membership. How are you doing? There you go, Kat, congratulations. So it was a drone race now? I don't know. But Daniel says he understands why people would think it's sus. So I'm glad he at least understands that. I do too, Shannon. Absolutely agree. Absolutely agree. The last thing anyone wants to think is that someone did something with their children. Right? Yes, Magic Star. I can. And her smart ass. That's funny.
Every day online.
He's keenly aware the public suspects him, says the police did too at the start.
Of course, the stepfather was always a prime suspect right off the beginning.
So he offered to take a polygraph test.
I was extremely nervous, especially with the first question they asked you, did you kill Lilly and Jack?
That was the first question they asked you.
Yeah.
Notice his nose flares.
Yeah.
When did you find out the result of your test?
Immediately right after.
What did they say to you?
You did a good job, you passed.
What did they say to you?
Watch him. He looks down.
You did a good job, you passed.
God bless America.
Kayla, how you doing?
The RCMP's Corporal Guillaume Tremblay is not an investigating officer, but he speaks for the force in Nova Scotia.
You know, it's quite rare that in my career I've never seen 2 missing children go at the same time.
Was anything found in any of these searches that was deemed to be of significance? Even if you can't tell me what it was, anything of significance?
So I can tell you that the investigation is ongoing and that we haven't found any evidence to show that there was an abduction of the children.
So you don't think they were abducted, but you can't find them. How do 2 young children just vanish?
That's a great question, Kayla, and we are asking for the public for tips and information.
He says the force has received close to 500 tips, some that have taken them elsewhere in the country. But the only confirmed sighting of Jack and Lily was the day before they disappeared in Nova Scotia. Martell says the children were seen on camera with the whole family. Still, police are asking for trail camera footage in the area dating back 5 days. They say they're trying to establish a timeline in the lead up to the disappearance.
So when teams are tasked, they get a bearing.
Crews have searched around 8.5 square kilometers.
Coming up through all of this stuff.
Amy Hansen has been the search manager for most of that. She's taking us into the woods to show us what her team has been dealing with.
The vast majority of it was probably from Fiona.
Downed trees from post-tropical storm Fiona 3 years ago.
This is actually fairly mild compared to some of the areas.
Over a total of 10 days, they searched for 12,000 hours.
Do you know how much 12,000 hours? 12,000 hours in a what? A 3.5 radius. You know that they inmates do the people that unallow. Yeah. Come here, Pearl. You want to say hi? Rose or drug exposure. Pearl, come here. Pearl's here. Daniel said that please don't knock over my light. I'm getting ready to get my lights changed, so they won't knock them over. I'm getting attached to the wall because she knocks them over. Pearl, come here. Come on, mommy. Say hi, Pearl. Hi, guys. Bye, guys. Her name is Remy Pearl. Yeah, I call her Pearl. Yeah. Baba Rose. Daniel did not say that, though. What? Say what? I'm got to get her room finished. Ugh, I got to get her room finished. It's craziness. She's got to get her room finished so we can do lives and videos and all of that stuff. In my mind, call her Pearl. Yeah, I call her Pearl. Come on, Pearl. Come on, mommy. Come on, look. Diet Pepsi. She tries to drink my Diet Pepsi. Come on. Come on, mamizitas. Say hi, guys. She wants to jump. She's just got her diaper on right now. She got a bath earlier. Oh, she's not drinking sugar, Vic. She's not drinking sugar. I promise. She gets enough natural sugar from her fruits and stuff. But sometimes, like with my, like she'll get up here, and you know that little ring around the, like when you're drinking out of a can, like if there's a little soda there, she'll stick her tongue in it. She'll be like, she's growing so fast, Tina. It's crazy. She's literally swinging from the blinds right now. Is she drinking milk? Yes. And she's about ready to knock everything over. Pearl. Come on. Come on. She wants to play. She's ready to play. She's ready to play. She's going to go nuts. Is she a lot harder to take care of the new dreams you would be? Is she hard to take care of? She's not. It depends on what you mean by hard to take care of. You know what I mean? Like, she's not hard to take care of, but she's messy as shit. That's what she is. So they're very messy. They're very messy. So, like in my studio, I'm getting, we're going to put new flooring in here because what she does, like if I bring her up a snack or anything like that, and she's doesn't want it, she will just throw it. She just throws it. Or like she'll get a grape. Sometimes she'll just eat like the juicy parts in the middle of the grape, and she'll like, so they're very messy. So that's what you really gotta. They're always into something, like a toddler in a high chair. It's like having a kid bouncing from the walls, literally. No, listen. I've got 3 kids, and no, it's much different. It's much different. There, even your most hyper kid could not keep up with her. She's just bouncing right now. There you go. She just knocked over something. So there's that. Like anything in your bags or anything in the drawer, if you don't have a lock on it, she's going to pull the whole thing out, and then she's going to throw it everywhere, and then she's going to do the next drawer. Yeah. So there's that. I want to start doing a lot of content and videos with her and stuff, but I've just been so focused on the kids, these true crime, because I can't stand it. These kids missing, and it just breaks my heart. Come here, mommy, Citas. Come here, mommy, Citas. Say hi to your people. Say hi to your aunties and uncles. Come on. When she wants to play like this, she doesn't want to cuddle. You hear her tickling her? It's her job. Yeah. She does, Bokeh. She does. There's that good girl using her. How is she with other pets? She makes their life hell. She makes their life hell. Our cats, they're like, can you get rid of the monkey? I know that's what they're like. Because she will, like, seriously, she's, they got long arms. Spider monkeys are nothing more than arms and legs and a little body in between. And like, she'll like grab their tail, the cat's tail, and like most of my house is hardwood or tile, and she's just sliding them across the floor, and the cat's just like sleeping. So cats debate on keeping us, then you give them, yeah, pretty much. Yeah. When they first said Jack was wearing a pull-up and boots, and the next here Jack was dressed. Yeah, right. Yeah. Here, bro. She's teething really hard right now. She's starting to get her adult teeth in, some of them, and she is curious. Monkeys are very, very curious. I take her in my chicken coop And she doesn't like the chickens. She's scared of the chickens. She's like, goop. She don't want that. Pearl. Yeah. Yeah, she's got the molars. She hangs on her tail with it. That's what she does. Come on. Climb up. So, but they don't, they're still babies until they're 3 years old. So, spider monkeys, I know she wasn't as big as my hand when I got her. Spider monkeys, when they do this a lot, and people think they're saying no, but that means I'm enjoying this. I love you, and I'm loving the play. She'll be a year old at the end of September. Okay, there went my computer. All right, guys. Well, thank you all so much for joining me because the lights are going to go next. Will you need a nappy on her all the time now? She will be wearing a nappy for the next 40 years. The next 40 years. There went my camera. She's climbing up. So yeah. Remy's like my daughter. She was the only girl. Yep. Same soul shine. All I got is boys. And she's the girl I never had. The gorillas get my heart. Oh, I love gorillas. But you can't have one. Not a gorilla, not a chimp, not a orangutan. You don't want those. You don't want those. Come here. Nope, don't knock my computer over. Come on. Come on. Say goodnight. Say goodnight. Say night night. Say night night. Say night night, everybody. Good night, Mimi. All right, guys. Love you all. God bless you. Appreciate you. I'll see you guys tomorrow, Lord willing. Good night, everyone. God bless.